me a second. I just did my mascara and Queen Emma knows it took like a good amount of time. Happy birthday, Wyatt! Oh my god, that's so sad. I can't. That's so sad. It's sad and happy. Also, it's weird to be 24 with a 6-year-old. That's weird. A weird phenomenon. Wyatt picked out a cake with Ariel on top. She wants her specifically with when her tail is sort of flippy at the end, and she wants to make sure Flounder's there. Also, when I was picking out decorations with her, she was deeply offended by the fact that I thought a mermaid decoration was sufficient. She looked at me and said, "I didn't say mermaid, Mom. I said Ariel." So, coming up on today's episode, the Phillies' first playoff game is this weekend, which means it's the perfect time to get honest about one of the most exciting phenomenons in all of sports, Red October. After that, I'm going to be joined by supermodel, designer, entrepreneur, and advocate for body confidence. You guessed it, someone else I have no business talking to, Ashley Graham. But first, the Phillies have officially clinched a bye in the playoffs, and their first game is this Saturday. So for any real ones who don't know the lore of Red October, I'm going to get honest about it right now. Can I Be Honest is brought to you today by our friends at Peloton. Check out the new Cross-Training Tread Plus powered by Peloton IQ. Red October, for those who don't know, is when the Philadelphia Phillies make the playoffs. It is an environment that is unmatched, okay? That stadium, Citizens Bank Park, ends up being good vibes only. And I swear the electricity that the players can feel from the stands end up in their bats, okay? I'm not saying that we take part, but I really feel like we might have something to do with it. A couple years ago, Jason and Travis went to Red October. We saw a couple home runs at that game. To be clear, I was at the game with Jason and Travis, but you guys know I love to sink into a hedge. So I was actually at the back so that they could be at the front. And to whoever sniped me and put it on TikTok,
I think one of the most random places I came up with an idea for a song for this album was the song Elizabeth Taylor, because I had just been sent, my parents sent me this clip of Elizabeth Taylor's son saying something very flattering that basically if there was one person he would say he might compare to his mother in modern day in terms of just, I guess, the persona and the whole, you know, chaos going on around us, he said he would say me. I was so flattered by that when I read it. I just immediately started talking to Travis about it. I was just like, just going on and on about Elizabeth Taylor, like talking about all the things about her that I love, all the things that made her so glamorous and funny and witty and interesting, and how she kept challenging herself, like late into her life, like kept taking on roles that were different and brave and raw. And I had to get out of the car. I was like, one second, we're parked. I was like, I have to get out of the car for a second, and just sang this melody into my phone, got back in the car, and just, that's what that's like when that happened.
Taylor Swift revealed how she was inspired to make her song, Elizabeth Taylor. In a Pandora TikTok video shared on Wednesday, October 8, the 14-time Grammy winner revealed she had an idea for the track during a conversation with fiancé Travis Kelce and got out of the car to record it. However, it all started with her parents. "My parents sent me this clip of Elizabeth Taylor's son saying something very flattering, that if there were one person he might compare to his mother in the modern day, in terms of persona and the chaos around us, he said it would be me. I was so flattered by that. I just immediately started talking to Travis about it," Swift, 35, said, seemingly referring to Taylor's son Christopher Wilding. She continued, "I was going on and on about Elizabeth Taylor, talking about all the things about her that I loved, how she kept challenging herself late into her life. I had to get out of the car. I was like, 1sec, I have to get out of the car for a second, and I just sang this melody into my phone, got back in the car, and that's what it's like when it happens," said Swift. In a 2024 interview with The Guardian, Wilding, 70, said, "I can't tell you how much I admire Taylor Swift. I'm now a Swiftie." Her Instagram post, at the end of that presidential debate, was so great. Huge props to her. That reminds me a little bit of the same spirit my mom had. When speaking with TMZ in August, Wilding praised Swift as a rare, positive role model for young girls and said he's always admired her philanthropy and courage to stand up for what she believes. Swift recently reflected on her admiration for Taylor and explained the meaning behind the song named after her. In this record, there's a song called Elizabeth Taylor, which is sort of my emotions and my issues with fame through the lens of cosplaying the life of Elizabeth Taylor, so you kind of meld the two experiences together, the Honey artist said in an interview with Z100's Elvis Duran show. Swift added, she is always someone that I've looked up to as being this very glamorous, very beloved, but for some reason a polarizing figure, which I found myself in that place, too. The Opalite artist previously referenced Taylor in her 2017 track, Ready for It, which features the lyric He can be my jailer/Burton to this Taylor, which references the legendary actress's on and off again relationship with Richard Burton. Travis Kelce spent time with fans on Friday morning as he stopped to get gas and grab some food on his way to Chiefs practice. Travis was spotted Friday morning wearing a hoodie and at a gas station in his black Rolls-Royce. Kelce took selfies and high-fived the adoring crowd as he pulled up, with the Taylor Chiefs out of the picture after losing to Jacksonville in the final minute of the game. Travis is now focused on Sunday night's big home game against the Detroit Lions, who are 4-1 on the season. Kelce and his teammates will be looking to make it 3-3. On the way, Kelce stopped at a local gas station to fill up his car, and once inside, he also picked up a bag of candy to keep his energy up. Upon returning to his car, Kelce stopped to briefly chat and take a photo with a fan, while high-fiving another fan before returning to his Rolls-Royce. Travis waited a few days before sharing his detailed reaction to Taylor Swift's album The Life of a Showgirl on the latest episode of New Heights. The football star was full of praise for his fiancée, and had a great reaction when co-host and brother Jason Kelce asked him how he felt about being Swift's creative inspiration. Kelce downplayed the honor, saying, "I'm just a lucky man who gets to be, the guy who supports Taylor while she puts out one of the greatest albums I've ever heard, that the world has ever seen. I'm so excited for her. I'm so happy for her. Everything seems to be going perfectly, all this planning." He revealed that he got to listen to the album as it was being made, saying, "You'll see it from start to finish." She started this project in the middle of her European tour. To see everything unfold and come together, and she was putting together the details, from the strategic planning to the overall visual of the album, and then listening to the music, and everything came together. And she finally got to track 12 and thought, "I think this is it." From that point on, it was like she and her label were working hard to create one of the biggest releases of all time. I'm so happy that she's happy with it. She's proud of it, and obviously I'm proud of her for going through all the trouble to pursue her dream.